Sixth grade Excel, lesson 118, determining the reciprocal of a whole number or a fraction. This is going to be getting into division of fractions. Here we go. 2 divided by 1/4 means how many fourths are there in 2? The answer is 8. Here's a picture of this. 2, that's 1, 2, divided by fourth, or divided into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 fourths in 2, so the answer is 8. The answer can be obtained by drawing a picture like you see here, or it can be calculated by inverting the divisor and multiplying. The divisor is the second number in a division problem. Remember, you want to find out how many fractional parts there are in a number of whole items. So the way that they do this is they write 2 divided by 1/4. There's the problem they gave you from up here. And they're saying that that's equal to 2 times, they're changing this to a multiplication problem, and then using the reciprocal of 1/4, or 4 ones. Then they rewrote it as 2 over 1 times 4 over 1. All they did here is change that 2 to being 2 over 1. And then just do it like a regular fraction multiplication problem. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 over 1 is equal to 8. All right, inverting the divisor and multiplying is not a new process for you. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 8 times 1/2. 8 ones times 1/2 is 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. Think about this. When you do 8 divided by 2, you know that that's the same as this. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And so what they're saying is it's something that you've already really been doing, you just didn't realize you were doing it. When you are working problems that involve division with fractions, and you are not sure if you should invert the divisor or the dividend, refer back to a simple problem like the one above. Also, as with whole numbers, any fraction or mixed number divided by itself is equal to 1. Okay, 2 different ideas there. Let's make sure you've got this. What they're saying is, let's say you have a division of fraction problem that's like this. And you can't remember, am I supposed to flip this fraction or this fraction? Can't remember if it's the first fraction or the second fraction. Here's all you have to do to solve that. Just come back to an easy one. 8 divided by 2. Let's write this as a fraction problem and see which one I flip. Let's do it the wrong way first. Let's flip the first fraction, 8 ones, and do it 1/8 times 2 over 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 8 times 1 is 8. And so that reduces to 1/4. That means that 8 divided by 2 is equal to 1/4. Does that make any sense? I mean, all you guys know that 8 divided by 2 is 4, not 1/4. So obviously I flipped the wrong fraction. I was supposed to flip the second one. And by doing this little simple problem like this, you can remind yourself which of the 2 fractions, either the first one or the second one, is supposed to be inverted, or you're supposed to use the reciprocal of it. Now let's take a look at it done the right way. 8 divided by 2 is 8 ones times 1/2, right? Because this is really 8 over 1 and 2 over 1. This is equal to 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. And that makes sense that 8 divided by 2 is 4. So you know that you're flipping or inverting the second fraction. This other part down here is saying that any number divided by itself is equal to 1. So if you see a problem that says 3 1/4 divided by 3 1/4, the answer is 1. You don't need to do all this work to try to see what it is. It's being divided by itself. So watch out for those and don't get suckered into doing a whole bunch of work to solve them. Okay, let's do some problems together now that are kind of like what you just saw. 5 divided by 1/3. Go ahead and do this one with me. We're going to write 5 ones. You can kind of put it over there just so we remember. The division is going to be changed into multiplication. And then we're going to do the inverse of the second fraction. We're going to flip it. 5 ones times 3 ones. Okay, you can't just write the same thing over here as the second fraction. Doesn't make any sense to say that 5 divided by 1/3 is the same thing as 5 divided by, or times 1/3. This symbol actually means something. You can't just change it to a multiplication symbol and leave the second fraction the same. You've got to change the fraction as well. So 5 1 times 3 1, that's 15 over 1. There's no reason to even write the 1 under there because 15 over 1 is equal to 15. Okay, pause the video and try number 2, and then turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. This becomes 2 ones times 6 ones, the inverse of that, which is equal to 12 over 1, or 12. All right, here's 3 more problems. Pause the video, try these, and then turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. Okay, once again, you're copying this first fraction. You're not inverting it. You're then going to change that to multiplication. And then you invert the second fraction, 8/3. Now, once you get this into a multiplication problem, you can cross-reduce. And so you'll see that we have 3 and 3, that's 1 and 1. 4, that's a 1. And 8, that's a 2. So we do 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 over 1 is equal to 2. The next one, you should have done 4 over 1 times 9 over 2. Again, here I can cross-reduce these. That's a 2, that's a 1. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1. There's no reason to write a 1 under that 18. The next one, 3/8 times, changing this to times, invert that one, 5 ones. There's nothing I can do to reduce this before I multiply, so I get 15 over 8, and 8 goes into 15 one time with a remainder of 7, so the answer is 1 and 7/8. Thanks for watching.